I am so excited about this next discussion because it involves one of my favorite things to talk about, and that's football and sports. How many days away are we from the Super Bowl here in Arizona? Does anybody know? I'm going to tell you, 135 days, 3 hours, 29 minutes, and 46 seconds. And if you get on azsuperbowl.com, you can't miss that countdown clock, and it's exciting stuff. So I want to introduce our panelists. You probably recognize them already. To my immediate right is the president of the Arizona Super Bowl Committee. You might remember a former banker, also turned into a sports marketing executive. Jay Parry spearheaded for the Phoenix Suns their brand and marketing department for years. She was also the president and COO of the Phoenix Mercury for 7 years, and now she is heading up this entire thing. So please welcome Jay Parry. And the president of the Arizona Cardinals, he got into, well, he sort of had to get into the organization because it's a family business, but back in 1996, Michael Bidwill officially joined the Cardinals and helped spearhead the entire building of that great University of Phoenix Stadium. He does so much in the community. We've got a great season already going on, 2-0. Congratulations. Please welcome the president of the Cardinals, Michael Bidwill.
Thank you.
So I'm actually going to start with you because we've had this thing, 3 times now in 19 years. But I imagine that as the years go on, pitching our state to the NFL, does it become more challenging, a little easier, or how tough is that to even get the Super Bowl?
Well, it's very tough. Each year the game gets bigger. Each year the community, the number of communities interested in hosting a Super Bowl gets bigger. The days of these just going to South Florida, Arizona, Southern California, and Texas are over. You know, we now see them in Minnesota, New York, Indianapolis. Cold weather cities are now going after it. So the competition for this event is pretty tough. But we're glad to be hosting it for the 3rd time here in Arizona.
The weather is an obvious draw. In fact, being in New York for this last year's Super Bowl, I can't tell you how many people said, I can't wait to get to your state for this game. What's interesting, though, is in addition to the weather, you've got to talk to companies locally about investing in this game and showing them this isn't just a game on a Sunday night. This is a commitment that could last for months, if not years.
Tara, I think it's bigger than that. I mean, when we look at it, our state's gone through some troubled times, been in the spotlight for some things that have been controversial. And this gives us a chance to get back out on the national stage, the international stage, and sort of reset that Arizona brand, start telling a positive story about the positive things that are happening here in our community. And we get to do that not only with the Super Bowl, so it's a chance for a great exposure for us. It's also an economic impact. Last time around, Super Bowl 42 in 2008, was a $500 million economic impact, and it came right at the right time. So having that kind of economic impact is going to be huge for us. Plus, there are other benefits. You know, there's going to be a huge charitable contribution that's going to happen, as well as community pride. If we all think back, for those of us who were here in 2008, that was a really exciting time for us here in the Valley, and getting that kind of community pride together, I think, is going to be good for us as well.
You know, Jay, you actually served on the host committee back in 1996. How have things changed now that we're getting it again in 2015?
You know, it's amazing how big it's gotten. Just looking at the past 3 years, New Orleans and then New York and now us, I mean, everything gets bigger and bigger. And so the lead up is what's exciting for Arizona, because we can have programs and get volunteers involved. A lot of corporate support is already coming from our amazing business leaders in Arizona. And that's what it takes. It really takes all of us working together to make this successful. And it's a little bit about hosting a fabulous weekend, if you will, for Super Bowl, and even the week before that for Pro Bowl. But it really is, how do we rally around it for the months leading up to it, and then also make sure that we're planting seeds that result in economic impact in years to come, as you said.
So you've got a lot of people in the room, and again, I want to encourage you to start following the committee on Twitter, AZ Super Bowl, and go to their website, because you're looking for about 10,000 volunteers for the event itself, but there are also other opportunities. So Michael, for everybody in this room who might not even care about football, what can they do to get involved in this?
Well, there's volunteer activities that we can do individually, and you're looking at least one volunteer. I guess you're paid.
It's a labor of love, though.
Yes, it is. But, you know, look, we've got a corporate community that does so much here in Arizona. And the Super Bowl is a huge opportunity for us to showcase Arizona. We need more corporate support. They're great partnerships that Jay and her team have already put together for a number of companies in the community. So if you're interested in getting involved, if you're interested in a hospitality package to go to the game, talk to Jay, get her business card after this, because we want to get as many people involved in this as possible and as much sponsorship as we can. It's important that we support this event so we can keep bringing it back. And not just this event, but we've got the national championship and possibly a Final Four coming to Arizona that we're bidding on as well.
Well, and we also have, and this is, I think, maybe it's been done one other time, we have the Pro Bowl.
Right.
It's normally in Hawaii. I guess it's a little too humid out there. They wanted a dry heat. So we get the Pro Bowl the week before. You almost, I want to say, single-handedly made that happen.
Yes.
How difficult was that?
Well, it was less difficult than getting University of Phoenix Stadium built, but it was exactly the kind of event that we want for our community, and we're the perfect place to host it. It's the third time it's been out of Hawaii. I'm not very popular in Honolulu right now, but I worked directly with the league office and put together an effort to bring it here and a business case to bring it here, and we were successful in doing it. And we think this having a Pro Bowl and then a week later the Super Bowl is going to be a super opportunity for us to be on the national stage and the international stage for a period of really 10 days, because the days leading up and the days following, it's about a 10-day envelope or window of time that we're going to be on in a very high-profile situation.
Based on the last Super Bowl, what would you say was the biggest mistake we made as a state with that game, and what's the thing that we want to change this time around?
Well, first, let me be very clear about this. We want the Cardinals to play in this game. So
that was the biggest mistake.
So,
we didn't get in.
Well, the game is different. It was in '96 when we had Super Bowl 30. The footprint was smaller. It got bigger in 2008. It's going to be even bigger in 2015. So there are always things you can do a little bit better, and I think this time around there are a lot of things that we're going to be doing better, including right here in downtown Phoenix. We're going to be having Super Bowl Central, which is another key element of how our local partners are getting involved in the Super Bowl activities. And it's going to be a 23 square block area of 1 week worth of football. It's going to be crazy down here. Live entertainment. NBC is going to have a whole block shut down where they're going to have their morning show, their evening show, their sports desk. Everything is going to be broadcast live from downtown Phoenix that week. It's going to be, when I say we're on the national stage, it's going to be unbelievable. We'll have 6,000 media members that are going to be coming to the game and covering this worldwide.
Jay, I saw you in New York during the Super Bowl, and your mission there was really a fact-finding mission. You were at every event. You watched what everybody up there was doing, and they had that whole area right there in Times Square blocked off for what we're now doing in Arizona. Yeah. What did you come away with leaving? I have to say, again, when I left, I thought, oh, it's going to be so much better when it's here.
Right.
Did you feel the same way?
Well, I did, and it was interesting because every person I ran into, similar to you, came up to me and said, we can't wait to get back to Arizona. We were ready to skip it in New York. And they brought up the weather, and they brought up really how Arizona is so hospitable and welcoming and just really a warm place to be, figuratively, literally. And so they are looking forward to it. And that's what we want to take advantage of. And so when we looked at all the events and all the activities that went on in New York, we just believe that this community can do it better, frankly. And Michael talked about the epicenter of Super Bowl activities that'll be open the week leading up down here in downtown Phoenix. But we'll have satellite activities going on around the valley because we really want this to be a regional effort and a regional win. And that's what all of the folks that are kind of on board already are saying to us. How do we make it the best experience possible when people get off the airplane in Arizona? One of my favorite stats is that the private aircrafts that come in and out of Super Bowl basically are the most of any event around the world. And so we'll have over 5,000 private aircraft flights come in and out of Arizona, which is great to hear, but what that means, those are future investors in our state, right? Those are people that are looking for the next opportunity. And that's what we've heard this morning. This is the place to come for opportunity and for innovation. And that's the story that we want to tell with the Arizona Commerce Authority, with GPEC, with all the economic development stewards. It's really important that we tell that pro-business message, and we've got a great one to tell.
And Michael's a pilot. I know you probably frequent that private airport often. I wanted to ask you a question. I don't know if you can answer this. The NFL, unfortunately, this past week or two, they've suffered some hits unrelated to anything Super Bowl. But does that put a little bit more pressure on you? Have they come to you and said, we really need your help making sure this is just the best event ever?
Well, that's what we started with, is that we want to make it the best Super Bowl and exceed what happened in New York. New York really set the standard very high, and we know here our charge is to make sure it's even bigger and better, which we'll do. Super Bowl 49 is going to be fabulous, not only for the teams, hopefully the Cardinals playing as the NFC team in there, but also for the fans and the visitors. And it's a chance for us to leverage this great event, this great opportunity to have business expansion, job creation, other great opportunities for us to leverage, which is what we're going to be doing.
The last question, and I'll bet you all have this exact same question. I'm looking for 2 tickets to the game. Do you have any? Any extras?
They're in my purse over at the table. That's what I like to say.
You know what, though? It's a blessing and a curse carrying both of your roles. How many friends have called saying, please hook us up for January? Or February, I guess.
A lot of acquaintances, new friends have come out looking for tickets. I'm sure you've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's a common question, and you just asked me back there and asked me
now
again.
you're asking again.
But it was for a charity event, people. It was for a charity. But yeah, you must get it all the time.
Yeah, and it's a great problem to have. There's great interest in the game. And again, if you want to get involved in the game, come see Jay. We've got hospitality packages that are fantastic that you can get involved and help support the committee, which is a nonprofit organization that is put in place to make sure that we deliver everything we need to deliver to have a great game.
Yeah, you've already given a lot back, too. You were talking about some of the charitable activities that you all do. So who's excited about the Super Bowl, the Pro Bowl, and all the other stuff going on? I know we're 2-0. We play San Francisco. They're 1-1. We're leading the division right now. What are the odds we'll end up in this game, do you think?
Well, I'm very hopeful that we continue to play well. I believe Coach Arians and Steve Keim have done a great job of getting this team ready, and hopefully we can get some of these players that have been injured back on the field. And Carson Palmer, but I'll tell you what, Drew Stanton did a great job last weekend in New York, and so go Cardinals. Let's hope. And the biggest thing is, out at the stadium, if you're there, wear your red and be loud Sunday, because the 49ers travel well. There'll be a lot of their fans that are going to sneak into our stadium. So be loud for us and help us win. Our stadium is so great for helping us in a competitive
It really is. And let me just say on a side note, those 49er fans, they are so rude, because I went to an away game once there, and they were just trashing us, and I had to remind them that their favorite son, Steve Young, actually resides in Arizona. So I kind of gave it back a little bit. But come and support the Cardinals. It is hard sometimes being a football fan. I'm a big believer in never giving up. I don't like fair weather fans. I know a lot of folks are from out of state, and they have different loyalties, but I feel like if you live here, you got to come and support our Cardinals, and they do a ton of work in the community as well. Those players are great. Michael Bidwill, Jay Parry, can't wait to see you guys, and go Cardinals. Good luck this weekend, and thanks for joining us. Oh, by the way, we're 135 days, 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 47 seconds away from the game. I lose sleep over this clock sometimes. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.